The Innovators is brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages. What will you discover today? Columbus Business Solutions, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, The Gleaner, Future Services International, and Silver Star Motors. Meet the Innovators, Yannick Page and Gary Matalin. Over the next several weeks, they'll be helping aspiring and struggling entrepreneurs to make more money. Yannick Page launched her first business at age 17 and knows how to start a business on a shoestring budget. She's a certified trainer in entrepreneurship and workforce innovation and is also the founder of the award-winning company, Future Services International. Gary Matalin is the co-founder and director of Newstone Limited. This successful entrepreneur is also the co-founder of KLE Group, owners and operators of Fiction Lounge and Usain Bolt's Tracks and Records. This week, they will be joined by guest innovator T.C. Bennett, Director of Sales and Marketing at Reeve Jewelry.
Gary, Ticia, today we have a jewelry designer right up your alley, Ticia. Her name is Kimone Myers and her business is Kim Chanel Inspiration. So let's take a look.
My name is Kimone Myers. I am owner, designer, photographer for Kim Chanel Inspirations. I've seen my parents have their own businesses and so on, so I grew up with the entrepreneurship type of personality, you know, wanting to have my own business, doing things my way, you know, taking the lead, so to speak. Doing things with my hands and so on comes from my dad, watching my dad since I grew up. He used to make machines and so on as parts of his business, and so watching him construct everything and putting them together, and that's where some of my ideas come from, my inspirations come from. I look at something and, you know, generate ideas from that, for my jewelry in particular. My photography at the moment, I would like to get into stock selling and that kind of thing, but I also want to cater to persons with products who want to do small format advertising.
That's interesting. Well, let's bring her in and learn some more about her business.
Absolutely.
I am looking forward to some great advice. I need a lot of guidance in what it is that I'm doing now, and I'd like to be able to take my business to the next level.
Kimone, I love your jewelry. I mean, I think this is so fantastic. I was here kind of trying out the pieces. This is great. So you make these yourself?
Yes.
And you hand make them?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us the vision. What's the vision for Kim Chanel Inspiration?
My goal right now is to eventually merge jewelry and photography into one product, because I've never done a training for this. This is strictly out of my heart.
So how did you learn? Okay, so you've never done formal training. You learned this skill where?
I've never learned it. I just took the metal and just started twisting and bending and so on.
What is it that you really want to achieve out of this? Do you see yourself as an artist making a business from this, or do you really want to work for someone else?
No, I do this full time. I mean, I think I'm one of the few artists who can say that I do this full time. Everyone else that I know has a job and they do this on the side. My dream job was in the tourism industry. I was working as an accounts and event manager where I would attract the local market to the company. It became a little stressful after a while. There are times when I think it compromised my safety as well. There's no way I could stay in it and continue providing good service to people who are coming into the company. That's unacceptable for me. So I had to resign, although I loved it.
How do you make money off of this?
What I do is that, considering I'm a one-woman show, I really do everything face-to-face. I may get an order. My mom may go out on the road and say, oh, you know, someone saw me with this and they want a piece like it and so on. I'll get in touch with them. So I'll take the order, I create something as close to maybe what they want, or sometimes they give me the freedom to do whatever, and then I will deliver it to them personally.
So what's the cost? Give me an idea of the cost.
My prices range from as low as $400 up. I think at the moment my most expensive piece is about $6,000, and it would be a piece like what I'm wearing now.
Give me an idea of how much something like this would cost.
That one is about in the range of $2,000 to $2,500.
Selling price?
Yes.
And the raw materials that go into it?
I would say approximately maybe 30%, 40%, thereabout.
And how much time does it take you to put together something like that?
Something like that. That one, maximum off the top of my head, about 2 hours, something like that.
The customer service from Kimone was excellent, actually, from start to finish, from order to making it to delivery.
I feel honored to be wearing her pieces. I think Kimone does so well with her pieces, and I really feel honored to be wearing them.
So Kimone, if I want to find these pieces, where would I find you? I mean, are you in a store? Are you in a retail outlet? Where would I find your pieces? Because you're telling me about, you know, well, you get if your mom goes on the road and she gets an order, but certainly that's not a viable promotion strategy. So what is, you know, where are your pieces located now?
Promotions at the moment are really based on more private showings. I'll probably find a restaurant somewhere and, you know, ask if I could have a little corner, and their guests come in, they see my work, you know, I give my cards out. I also publicize on Facebook. I have my pieces there, but so far I just work with event promotions and word of mouth.
Sorry, but I must admit, I met you once. You came to our store in Devon House to introduce your products and so on, but you didn't follow up. I think it's very important, if you really want to do that, you need to follow up as well.
In 5 years' time, my daughter is going to take Jamaica by storm. She's going to be working with designers. She's going to have, she may not necessarily have a boutique of her own, but she's going to be in the boutiques. She's going to be in the stores abroad. She's going to be just Kimone, just taking Jamaica by storm.
Still to come on the Innovators.
Anything that you do out there that's artistic, every business out there needs what we do.
You know, in tough economic times, one of the first things that businesses do is cut back on their marketing spend. This is a cardinal mistake made by a lot of companies. The reality is, when times are tough, competition is fierce, you need to focus on your marketing. You need to put everything behind your marketing and get your marketing to generate the activity back into the business.
Kimone has always been an innovative person. She's always been creative, but above all, I've realized that she is a go-getter. She goes out for what she wants, she asks for what she wants, she works towards it.
Kimone, you also mentioned photography. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, I started dabbling in photography, freelance, just experimenting again back in 2010. And while I was in Colombia in South America, that's what really encouraged me, because there's a lot of scenery, there's a lot of green and that kind of thing.
So is that what you have there?
I have a few pieces here, yes.
Okay, can you just show us?
I usually like to pick up, I think I have an eye for macro photography, and macro photography, for those who don't know, is close-up studies of subjects and so on.
So Kimone, what percentage of your revenue now is coming from the photography versus the jewelry?
Well, I only recently begun really pushing my photography, but so far I would say safely anywhere less than $10,000. It's not totally accounted for yet, but I would say maybe a safer figure would be about $7,000.
And who's your market? Who's your clientele?
Well, persons who want to have gifts, who want to have little focal areas in their households and so on. So pretty much I'd like to look for a more mature audience. Because I also focus on detail and so on, I'd like to target persons with products, books, electronics and so on.
All right. Great. Well, listen, we have a lot of information and we have a lot to work with here. So give us some time and we'll see you back here in a little.
When this can come from your heart, it's a true experience when you see someone appreciate the work that you do. And you see the satisfaction, and you feel valued at the end of the day. It means a lot, and one day will come when we will be credited for what it is that we do out there. Whether you paint, you draw, you make jewelry, you do photography, videographers, anything that you do out there that's artistic. Every business out there needs what we do. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Let me tell you what concerns me a bit. I think that if we push her to get too focused on the back office type stuff, it's going to kill her creativity, and she's not going to be. She is the talent here. She's the one who takes the pictures. She's the one that makes the jewelry. It's not something that she can outsource to a production facility. So,
but she don't have any money. and
exactly,
don't have any money.
which is what I'm getting at. I think that if this thing is really going to be something of substance, she's going to need to identify some amount of financing and get a business person to come in and run the administrative side of it.
It is very possible though, and I'm talking, you know, from experience as well, from nothing to something actually.
Right.
She has what it takes to create, and that's what entrepreneurship is about, creating and getting money from what you're doing. What I, for one, would definitely love to sell these in Rev. So right there, that's one solution for her. Another thing which I came across here with her line, which I think is amazing, is her photography. Jewelers need that right now. So that is potentially a great market. She needs to really look. I think what she needs to do is to take a moment and really organize herself to be more effective. She needs to follow up. She needs to set a plan. And she needs to get going.
I think stock photography is the way to go. I think she should look a lot online. I'm big on trying to encourage her to export a lot of what she's doing, because the country needs it and we need people to start thinking about export, and that's definitely the direction that we want to put her in.
We thought a lot about this, and we think that you definitely need to increase your revenues. We need to grow your business, and to do that, we can either do that through some form of external financing, or you can try and grow the business organically. And we think that that's the approach for you. We think you can do that. You can increase your revenues if you find some good distribution channels.
And with that being said, I'm excited to say that Rev Jewelry and Accessories will be more than happy to take your line, because you definitely have a design that's going on that's very unique, your quality is high end and everything. So we're definitely ready to take you on. So I hope you're ready to make money.
I'd love for you to focus on exports. Your jewelry is such good quality. It really, the pieces are so unique. I mean, there are places like Etsy.com, which is online, that you can actually try and get your pieces sold through, and that's a very good avenue for you. The other thing is that you do great photography. I would suggest that you also look at stock photography and trying to sell your photography online, because you don't do print. It's easier for you to be able to, and there's a market for the kind of work that you're doing, huge. So please think beyond the shores and, you know, focus on how are you going to earn some foreign exchange from this huge talent that you have.
So listen, good luck on your assignments, and we'll see you back here.
Good luck.
It's now time for the assignments.
Gold all in my chain, gold all in my ring, gold all in my watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me.
So I have a few earrings here. This is a little bit of everything. Right now I just specialize in earrings, bracelets and necklaces. I have price ranges from as low as $400 going up. So it's fit for every pocket. Some of them are exclusives, others will have similar designs, but still very different in their own right.
These are gorgeous.
Thank you.
I love them. Customer service is very, very important to us. So one of the things that we promise in our policy is one-of-a-kind pieces. So as I said before, it's important that, you know, even if you're going to bring something as similar, it's not the exact same thing. This is a luxury industry that you're in, and you have to give that service with it. So
of course,
you know, I like where your head is at. It's very important that you consider the quality of the raw materials, your designs, and the customer service that you offer to your customers. And of course, we're a retail outlet for you, but you know, we're going to be directly representing your brand. We're so excited to have you on board. These are absolutely gorgeous. So it's my honor and pleasure to actually present you with our contract.
Okay, thank you.
Which we offer to our designers we represent. I want you to go through everything. Let me know if you have any questions. Take your time. It's pretty much straightforward, but so that we have a clear understanding, because of course we're about professionalism as well.
Of course. Yes. I'm so appreciative of this. I mean, the opportunity is just great, and I can't wait to start making some money with you.
Yes, we're excited to have you on board. These are gorgeous, and I have no doubt in my mind that we will be selling them to our customers.
Of course.
One gold watch, two gold chains, 6 gold rings, it's none.
Coming up on The Innovators.
So Kimone, when you came to us originally, you had all this talent, you had these amazing products. So you know, I have to ask you, are you making more money now?
How I get into this is because, you know, the fields that I want to do, not readily available, and I don't have the resources to pursue those things now. So I'm just going to bounce here so right now, you know, build up some resources and then see what else we can do.
Have people reach
Did you buy a cell phone?
I used to have a cell phone, but it just wasn't keeping up, and I couldn't bother with it anymore.
So how do you keep contact with your business when you're on the road?
I have a walkie-talkie. Future Services just bought me an awesome phone in New Kingston and I really like it. I do have the exact statistics of how the phone affected my business in regards to financially, but it has definitely improved the client's repair relationship, you know, so the client can definitely give me a call and give them a little quick update, you know. It's nice to have a human on the next side and respond to them. So it definitely improved my client relationship with me. And being on the show, you know, and meeting Gary and Yannick was quite different because I don't usually get the opportunity to sit down with other business leaders and converse about things in regards to business. And I appreciate the fact that they put something like this together so that, you know, they can converse with not just the average Jamaican but other business-minded Jamaican and share them knowledge and help improve other people's business. So it's definitely a plus.
Hello, how are you? I'm Donna Gayuto.
Hi, I'm Kimone Myers.
Hi, nice meeting you. I noticed you've been looking at our product collections here in jewelry.
Well, I do magnetic copper jewelry full-time, and I'd like to know if you have any support for persons who are already in this, you know, doing it as a business. I have a few samples if you'd like to take a look.
Please let us have a seat.
All right, well, mainly what I do, this is just a sample of one of the bracelets that I make, along with the necklace that I'm wearing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so I see that you're into copper coated wires.
Yes, that's mainly the material I use. It's the only material I use.
Well, we offer a variety of service. We offer the use of the incubator. For instance, with your wire wrapping techniques, you could come and occupy the space. Apart from that, we have the BAS officers that would advise in terms of starting up the business, what you need to know, the do's, and so apart from the supplies, there are ultimately a lot of stores out here that sells supplies for jewelry.
I also do photography. Do you have any support? Do you have any programs for photography here as well?
I'm very interested. Let me introduce you to somebody that has more experience and background in terms of that.
Okay,
all right?
perfect.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Kimone.
Hi.
How are you? Colin Porter.
Okay, hi, nice
Hi.
to meet you.
I understand that you're into photography?
Yes, and I have some samples here. You can just take a look.
Okay.
What I really like to do is macro photography. So I just want to know what, if there's anything that the JBDC can offer me in terms of any kind of support. I mean, I'm just getting into this as a business, so I'd like to know what opportunities there are here for me to take advantage of.
Okay, well here at JBDC, you know, we're about business development and pretty much about product development down this side. And what you have here are some wonderful images.
Thank
firstly.
you.
I like your eye, I like the composition of the material and the subject matter, they're quite good. And I think it depends on where you want to go. Photography, as you know, is a very fast growing era right now. And the application of the photographs on other products as well is something that you can look at instead of just looking at regular prints. With macro photography, that's a specialized area, and the need, especially from a commercial point of view, can be very targeted, can be very limited, so you would really have to identify a demographic and see who you're focusing on, come up with some strategy. How can I let these persons know about myself? I understand you were talking to Donna about the jewelry, and I'm excited to see you to coming to utilize our incubator that we have here.
Yes,
and also
definitely.
to see some new designs coming out.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right.
It's now time to return to the boardroom and update the innovators.
Hello, Kimone.
Hi guys,
welcome back. Have a seat.
Thank you.
So tell us about your assignments.
I was really excited to get on them, you know, to see what was waiting for me. TCO took in my pieces and they have been doing well, thankfully.
What about getting the word out there, getting people to understand that you have these talents, these are products are there, high quality, look great. How do we get everybody to know about those?
Well, I have been streamlining a Facebook page, a new Facebook page, to encompass both my jewelry and my photography, so that's a way to get out there. Just by linking with Ticia alone, you know, I think the persons with whom she associates, you know, kind of compliments her hair. It's wild and you know, people are eccentric and energetic and people who love what they do as well. You know, and just the blessing of being in touch with her and getting to know new people and they're now coming on board to even distribute my stuff as well. You know, those things too are helping. So everything is coming together slowly but surely.
So Kimone, when you came to us originally, you had all this talent, you had these amazing products.
Still do.
Yeah, you still do. But the issue really was getting them out there and getting them to the public and getting people to buy them. It seems as though you've come a far way since we saw you last. So you know, I have to ask you, are you making more money now?
Not yet, but the platform is there. The platform is there. I have been getting good feedback from Ticia and she's already telling me what I need to make already. So, you know, the platform is there.
Like we always do with this time, I go for mine, I get to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I go for mine, I get to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I'ma get on the TV, mama.
Kimone has an abundance of talent, which is fantastic, and what she's been able to do is to monetize that. Notice that this is a business that did not take a lot of money to start. So for people who are saying, what can I start on a shoestring budget? This is a type of business that has potential for export, it has potential for growth, it's a hot thing, it's creative, it's dynamic, you can put your own stamp on it and it doesn't take a lot of money. What she has to realize now is that just getting it into somebody's store is not enough, because you can't rely on that store to push your product. So she has to spend a lot of time marketing, and that's the case for whatever product you do. You have to sell your product. You can't ask anybody else to sell it for you. It won't be enough, and especially when it's new, you have to push it.
I felt that we've really hit the jackpot with Kimone's pieces being in our store, because just as I expected, the feedback of her clientele, her pieces are one of a kind, they're distinct, and they're quite creative. The use of her materials and the way she goes about, she actually stands out among all the designers who we represent there. Her pieces have been selling. I expect greater things from her, and she's excited, so I'm happy to know that we could come on board and be helpful to her that way.
Kimone is such an amazing talent. She has a real benefit because she's starting off with incredible products, and that's a great place to be. What she needs to do is really continue to build the business around that. She needs to ensure that her accounting and her finance is locked, and that will be the platform for her to grow from.
I have to thank God, because without him, as cliche as this sounds, truly without him, you know, it could not have been possible. I'm not going to cry, you know. I'm not going to cry like in the first boardroom. But don't dream of success, but run it down, stalk it, chase it if you have to. But don't just dream of success. It is there waiting for you. Just put the work in. Look me up on Facebook. It's Kim Chanel Inspirations on Facebook. Looking forward to serving you to the best of my ability. Let's make it happen. Live Jamaican, buy Jamaican, build Jamaica.
The boardroom table and chairs were provided by the Corporate Interiors International Limited. We sell solutions, not just furniture. Gary's wardrobe was provided by Max Brown Limited. Next time on The Innovators.
She has an advantage over and above anybody else going into this because she has that public profile and she has ways and means of exploiting the business through those channels, and I think that that's huge.
For further information on any of our assignments, please visit us at facebook.com/innovatorstv or email us at innovatorstv@gmail.com. The Innovators was brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages. What will you discover today? Columbus Business Solutions, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, the Gleaner, Future Services International, and Silver Star Motors. The Innovators is brought